What's up, everyone? Today we're diving into something completely different, something that will make you question everything you thought you knew about the great outdoors. We've all seen beautiful pictures of forests, but what about the things that happen when the sun goes down and the cameras are still rolling? I have spent thousands of hours and gone through hundreds of clips to find the absolute most disturbing forest encounters ever caught on camera. These aren't just spooky stories, this is real, raw footage that will send a chill down your spine. I'm talking about moments so terrifying, so unexplainable that they have left people speechless and in some cases running for their lives. We've got everything from mysterious figures stalking hikers from the shadows to blood-curdling screams that echo through the night with no explanation. Each clip we're about to show you is more intense than the last, and I promise you some of this footage is going to be incredibly hard to watch. You are not going to believe what these people captured. So, lock your doors, turn up the volume, and get ready, because we are about to go on a journey into the darkest corners of the wild. I challenge you to watch this entire video without looking away. Trust me, you absolutely need to see the last clip to believe it. It's the most insane thing I've ever seen. Let's get right into it. Alright, kicking things off is a clip that still gives me goosebumps every single time I watch it. Imagine you're a hiker, thousands of miles from the nearest city, just enjoying the peace and quiet of nature. You've got your camera out, vlogging your adventure, thinking you are completely alone. That's exactly what this guy, a YouTuber named Trail Wanderer, thought. He was deep in the Appalachian Mountains, filming a simple video about his solo hiking trip. Everything seems perfectly normal, right? He's talking to the camera, showing off the scenery, just having a good time. But then, he pans the camera over to a thicket of trees just for a second. If you blink, you'll miss it. But if you pause the video and zoom in, clear as day, there is something standing there. It's not an animal. It's tall, slender and dark, almost like a shadow person just standing perfectly still, watching him. The hiker doesn't even notice it at first. He just keeps walking and talking, completely oblivious to the fact that he is being stalked by something that shouldn't be there. The way it just stands there, motionless, is what makes this so incredibly creepy. It's only later, when he was editing the footage, that he saw it. He posted an update video, and you can hear the sheer terror in his voice. He went back to that exact spot with a group of friends, but they found nothing. No footprints, no broken branches, no sign that anything or anyone had been there. It just vanished. What was it? A prank? Some kind of hermit? Or was it something else entirely? Something that lives in those ancient woods, watching and waiting. This single frame of footage has been analyzed by thousands, but no one has an answer. This next one is pure nightmare fuel, and it doesn't rely on anything visual. It's all about sound. A group of friends decided to go camping deep in the forests of Northern California, a place known for its vast, empty wilderness. They set up their camp, started a fire, and were just hanging out, recording their trip on a high-quality audio recorder to capture the sounds of nature. As the night got darker and the fire started to die down, an eerie silence fell over the woods. That's when it started. Out of nowhere, a scream rips through the night. And I'm not talking about an animal howl. This was a human scream, filled with pure, unadulterated terror. It sounds like a woman, and she is screaming like she is being murdered. The campers immediately go silent, their flashlights frantically scanning the impenetrable wall of trees around them. They call out, asking if anyone needs help, but the only response is another scream, this time sounding even closer and more desperate. It's a sound that cuts right through you, a sound of absolute agony. The most terrifying part? The screams seem to move. First, they're on one side of the camp, then seconds later they're on the other, as if whatever is making the noise is circling them at an impossible speed. The group, completely terrified, packed up their gear in a panic and got out of there as fast as they could, recording the whole time. Local authorities were alerted and a search party scoured the area for days, but they found absolutely nothing. No missing persons were reported, no signs of a struggle, nothing. To this day, the origin of those blood-curdling screams remains a complete mystery. Get ready, because this story is one of the most infamous and unsettling cases of a person vanishing ever caught on film. It involves a solo camper named Lars, who was documenting his journey through a remote part of the Canadian wilderness. He was an experienced outdoorsman, but nothing could have prepared him for what was about to happen. For the first few days of his trip, his video diary is normal. He shows his campsite, talks about the wildlife, and seems to be in high spirits, but then, the tone of the videos starts to change dramatically. He starts talking about feeling like he's being watched. He looks nervous, constantly glancing over his shoulder into the trees. In one clip, filmed at night, you can hear him whispering to the camera that he keeps hearing footsteps just outside his tent. He shines his flashlight out, but there's nothing there. The paranoia builds over several video entries until the final, horrifying clip. The camera is set up on a tripod, pointing towards his tent. Lars suddenly bursts out of the tent, his face pale with fear. He looks directly behind the camera, at something the viewer can't see, and just screams, "No, please, stay back!" He then turns and runs, sprinting away from the campsite and disappearing into the dense forest. The camera keeps rolling for another 2 hours, recording the empty campsite, the rustling leaves, and the chilling silence. That's the last time anyone ever saw Lars. When search parties found his campsite, the camera was still there, but Lars was gone. The only clue was a single strange symbol carved into a nearby tree, a symbol nobody has ever been able to identify. The footage is the only evidence of his final moments, a terrifying mystery frozen in time. This next clip shifts from earthly terror to something otherworldly. We're looking at footage captured by a wildlife photographer who had set up a series of motion-activated trail cams in a national forest, hoping to get some shots of elusive animals like mountain lions or bears. For weeks, he got exactly what he expected: deer, raccoons, the occasional coyote. But one night, one of his cameras captured something that defied all logical explanation. The footage begins at around 3 a.m. and the forest is pitch black. Suddenly, a small, brilliant orb of light appears among the trees. It hovers for a moment, pulsating gently, before another one appears, and then another and another, until there are at least a dozen of them. These lights are not flashlights, they move with an intelligence and fluidity that is completely unnatural. They dart between the trees, weaving in and out, almost like they're playing a game of tag. They change colors, shifting from bright white to a deep blue, then to a soft green, all while remaining completely silent. There is no sound of engines, no voices, nothing. The most bizarre part of the footage is when a deer walks into the frame. The lights seem to notice it. They stop their dance and slowly converge, forming a circle around the completely frozen animal. The deer just stands there, mesmerized, staring at the lights. After about a minute, the orbs suddenly shoot straight up into the sky and vanish in an instant. The deer shakes its head as if coming out of a trance and then calmly walks away. The photographer who owned the camera has no idea what he captured. Was it some kind of unknown natural phenomenon, a secret military drone test, or proof that we are not alone? Okay, this next one is a brutal reminder that we are not at the top of the food chain when we step into the wild. This footage comes from a live stream. A popular streamer known for his extreme outdoor adventures was broadcasting his trek through the backcountry of Montana. He was deep in grizzly bear country, and was talking to his thousands of viewers about bear safety, ironically enough. He was equipped with bear spray and making plenty of noise, doing everything you're supposed to do. But sometimes that just isn't enough. As he's walking along a narrow trail, you can see him suddenly freeze. His eyes go wide. The camera, which is mounted on his chest, whips around to the side. Standing not more than 20 feet away is a massive grizzly bear. It's huge. The bear stands up on its hind legs, lets out a deafening roar, and then charges. What follows is pure chaos. The screen becomes a blur of motion as the streamer fumbles for his bear spray. You hear him screaming, the sound of the bear roaring and the sickening thud of the attack. The camera falls to the ground, but it keeps recording, pointed up at the sky through the trees. For the next minute, which feels like an eternity, all you can hear are the horrifying sounds of the mauling. His viewers watched it all happen live, completely helpless, spamming the chat with messages of horror and prayers. Miraculously, the streamer survived. Search and rescue found him hours later, severely injured but alive. The footage is a raw, terrifying, and visceral look at the sheer power of nature, and how quickly a fun adventure can turn into a desperate fight for survival. And for our final clip, we have something that feels like it was ripped straight out of a horror movie. A team of urban explorers who specialize in finding abandoned places were deep in the woods of West Virginia when they stumbled upon something they weren't looking for. An old, dilapidated cabin that wasn't on any map. It looked like it hadn't been touched in decades. Naturally, they turned their cameras on and decided to go inside to document their incredible find. The moment they step inside, the vibe changes. The air is heavy, and the place is a complete mess. But it's not just old junk. There are strange things everywhere. The walls are covered in bizarre, unsettling drawings and symbols, similar to the one from the Vanishing Camper story, but far more numerous. There are children's toys scattered on the floor, but they're all broken or arranged in weird, ritualistic patterns. On a dusty table, they find a collection of old leather-bound diaries. The explorers open one and the camera zooms in on the pages. The handwriting is frantic, almost illegible, and it details a descent into madness. But the most disturbing discovery is in the basement. As they cautiously make their way down the creaky stairs, their flashlights land on a dirt floor. And in the center of the room is a single, small wooden chair facing a wall that is covered in tally marks, hundreds and hundreds of them, scratched deep into the wood. It's a chilling scene that raises so many questions. Who lived here? What happened to them? What do the symbols and tally marks mean? The explorers left immediately, and the location of the cabin remains their secret, a forgotten place holding a truly dark and terrifying history. And that's it. 6 of the most terrifying, unexplainable, and downright creepy encounters ever caught on camera in the forest. From shadowy figures and ghostly screams to vanishing people and haunted cabins, it's clear that the woods hold secrets that we may never fully understand. These clips are a powerful reminder that while nature is beautiful, it can also be an incredibly dangerous and mysterious place. You have to respect it, and you have to be prepared for anything, because you truly never know what's lurking just beyond the trail. So next time you're out camping or hiking, please be careful. Always let someone know where you're going, be aware of your surroundings, and maybe think twice before venturing too far off the beaten path. The world is a massive, wild place, and as we've seen today, some things are better left undiscovered. We are just visitors in these ancient places, and it's important to remember that. Stay safe out there, everyone. I want to know what you guys think. Which clip freaked you out the most? Do you have any theories about what we saw today? And if you have your own creepy story from the woods, I want you to share it in the comments below. I'll be reading through all of them. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this video, or if you're just too scared to sleep now, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Until then, see ya.